Hello and welcome to Doves of a Feather. So today I got the Japanese snack box. This is the box. It's not massive, but it's fine. I'm sure we've got enough in there. I believe it's supposed to be 40 piece. So let's get this open, if I can. And let's get trying things. So, this one apparently came with a booklet, so I should be able to find out what's what. Let's have a look. So yeah, it's got basically anything that you would want to know about said snacks. What are the colours for? I believe, yeah, there's an allergy key in the contents, so at least you can keep an eye on if you might be allergic to anything that's in the product, or just generally, if it's something that you're trying to avoid because you're a vegetarian or a vegan. So that's always a promising start. We do like things like that, so we can keep an eye on them. Anyway, let's get into this. So, first thing that I've pulled out is this. Something that looks like, well, they look like What's-Its to me. So, let's have a look, see if I can find it in here. So it's a small bag of soft but crispy corn puffs with a delightful caramel flavour. That's interesting. So, let's have a go. I'm getting more of a popcorn kind of smell from them. And that is what they look like. Very much like a What's-It or some puffed out cashew nut. That's beautiful. So, same kind of texture as What's-Its. Very melty. But like it says, rather than being a savoury snack, it's more of a sweet snack. And it's got a caramel taste to it. So I'm going to set them to the side. The next thing we have, I think we'll go for the cheese snack. Now, I have tried this before. It is very cheesy. Let's see if we can find it in the booklet, because then it will tell me exactly what it is. I think I know roughly what it is, but not completely. Okay. Triangles, mini origami. Yeah. Cheese Zack, as it's actually called. An extra cheesy flavoured crunchy snack by Yaokin. I might be butchering that word. Featuring 2 types of cheese, strong cheddar on the outside and creamy cheese flavour inside. So, I believe this is one of the messy ones. Yep, there it is. So, looks like a What's-It on the outside. Let's see what it tastes like. It's like a what's it, but there's like a slight sweetness to it. That's nice. So far, I'm going to give the caramel corn probably an 8 out of 10. Because I was not expecting that. It was lovely. And because I'm a huge fan of What's-Its, the cheese Zack, I'm going to give a 10 out of 10. I might be very one-sided and biased on that. So I think these are the mochi taro crackers. A pack of okaki rice cracker, flavoured lightly salted crunchy snacks, and a peanut flavour, I would guess. They seem to have missed off because it just reads and a peanut. So let's see if I can get into this without it going everywhere. That seems to be failing miserably. I might have to get my scissors out in a second. Oh, no, we got it. Alright. I can't quite say what it smells like, but that's essentially it. It looks like that. So, I'm not really tasting... Oh, there's an aftertaste. The aftertaste is kind of nutty. They are a little bit salty, not like over salty. So yeah. I'm gonna give that a 3 because I'm not entirely sure on that one. So we'll move on to the next one. What's this one? Oh yeah, I forgot. They sometimes eat ramen without cooking it, so let's have a look. Baby Star Ramen. Pack of crunchy fried noodles with real chicken and vegetables by Oyatsu Company, celebrating over 60 years of Baby Star Ramen. Right. I'm not a huge fan of like crispy, crunchy noodles without them being soaked in anything, so I'm probably not going to like this, but there's your noodle. Actually, they're not as bad as I thought. Oh yeah, chicken flavour hits you straight away. It's like your kind of chicken flavour you get for Walker's chicken crisps, roast chicken crisps. So I'm not huge on them. I would probably say 3 out of 10. Right. So I'm going to put some of the sweet stuff to the side because I don't want to break into them straight away when I'm trying savoury stuff. We've got a lot of sweet stuff here. I don't like how that looks. I don't think I'll be trying that one. Yeah, that looks to me like fish, and I'm not a huge fan of fish. So I'm going to find out what this is. Yeah, dried fish. So for me, I will not be trying that because I'm very, very fussy about fish. So that one will be going in the bin. What else have I got? so far most of these are looking sweet apart from this one. So, this is the mini onigiri, which is a pack of tiny rice ball shaped senbei rice crackers covered in real seaweed bits. So, let's have a look. They smell beautiful. I can taste sesame seed oil straight away. And then you're hit by the seaweed. They are nice. I'll probably give them 5.5 because it's not something I would eat on the daily. But they are edible, to say the least. We've got some sort of puffed rice thing here. I'm guessing it's the Kiyofumi. I might be saying that wrong, but it translates to the flavour of Kyoto. These uniquely Japanese snacks have been around for over 200 years, created with high quality millet and rice even. Okashi are an Osaka speciality known as luck-bringing sweets. So I'm guessing this will be a sweet thing rather than savoury. So let's have a... I'll probably bite this corner. That is sweet. I can taste peanut in this one. So there's a couple of flavours. There's yuzu, whatever that is, ginger, brown sugar, and peanuts. And I'm definitely getting a nutty taste from this one. So, I could see myself eating this more often. I'm going to say 7 out of 10 for that one. What else have we got? Right. Oh, have they added some mochi? Because if they have, oh, you guys will not know how obsessed with mochi I am. I could tell you now, every single time my partner mentions mochi to me, that's it, I lose it. To me, it looks like mochi. Yep, it is. Sekai Sakura Mochi. So, if you don't know what mochi is, it's basically a rice cake that's like a dough. But this one has cherry blossom flavour and scent. So, I'm going to give this a go. Guarantee I will like it because I love mochi. Right, so as you can see, very squishy. My nose is a tiny bit blocked, so I can't really smell this, but I imagine it smells nice. Now, taste test. That is some good mochi. I might as well eat this one because it was only small. Very sweet, and the taste is like kind of delicate. For me, that's a 10 out of 10. And for those of you who like mochi, if you like the sweet mochi, that one's for you. Right. Oh, I know what these are. These I've had before, and I tell you now, they are my favourite. Now, I might be butchering how to say it, but umebo, it's a savoury snack, and they are basically puffed up like giant Wotsits. There's so many flavours that you can get of them. The one that I've had before that I absolutely love is sugar rusk. Because it basically tastes like, I mean, God, it's hard to describe, but if you can think of a Wotsit like without the cheese, obviously it's just a puff that melts in your mouth, but then you add a sweet flavour to it, and it just becomes so much better than what it was. Now, the ones that I've got here, I actually don't know what the flavours are. Because the flavours will probably be in Japanese. So I'm going to set them to the side for now. And see what else we have in here. Okay, this looks ominous. Set that to the side. Oh, I've had this one before. It's basically like some sort of sherbet that you mix into like a gel. And then you have these little waffle cones. And you put the gel stuff in them and basically act like it's an ice cream. But they're actually really nice. So again, I'll set that to the side for now. I'm just going to pull like most things out of this box and then just go with the flow. Ooh. You had me at cookie. Ooh. More. These look like they might be mochi as well. Yeah, I think they're mochi. Oh, they've got a high chew. What else have we got? Oh my god. These literally look like stones, but they are some side of sweet. I don't know if you can, like, they literally just look like healing crystals, more or less. So that will be interesting. They look nice. I think these are actually the mochi candy that they have. I've tried the Sakura one and they are lovely, but this one, by the looks of it, is apple flavour, so that will be interesting. We've got a Kit Kat, of course. I mean, as far as I can tell, the Japanese love their Kit Kats, and so do I. There might be chocolate in that one, I'm guessing. There's some sort of small confectionery in there. These are kind of squishy, but not like mochi soft. They are pure fruits jelly, apparently. We've got a mango gummy. Now, I love mango, so I hope that tastes just as good as it sounds. We've got a little block of chocolate, which I might try next, because that's going to be my easiest thing to try. A Ramune bottle filled with sherbet. The melon Pandoro. What else have we got? I will not be using this one because apparently it tastes like beer, and I'm not a fan of beer, so that one will be going in the bin. We have something soft but chewy, and by the looks of it, It may be blueberry or grape flavour. I'm guessing that's some sort of biscuit. And we have a Hello Kitty marshmallow, I'm guessing. I love marshmallows. Right, so for the ones that I've already tried that are open, I'm just going to neatly put them back in the box because then they're out of the way. And then whenever I want to actually eat them, I will go back to them later on. So now we're going to try their chocolate, which... do they have... yeah, I think it is the Tyrol chocolate. Could be any flavour of chocolate. If it's one that is nice enough and I think my partner would like, I'll probably give him the other half. So, let's have a look. I think this one might be their milk chocolate. Yeah, I think that was just their milk chocolate. It tastes like your high quality chocolate that you get in the UK. I can't really say there's anything wrong with it. Very melty. It does melt quite quick in your hands. Creamy, sweet. Yeah, it's safe to say I really like that one, so I'm going to give that a 10 out of 10. Next, we'll move on to the Melon Pandoro. Now, I have tried this before, and to me it tastes like a buttery kind of biscuit. Let's see what it says in here, if I can find it. Oops. Okay. It says cute panda shaped butter cookie. So yeah, it's a butter cookie. And there's two flavours. We've got butter and melon bread. The one that I've got is melon bread. So, like I said, I have tried this before. So that's how it looks. Cute. And that's what we kind of expect from the Japanese, because they know how to do cute really well. Very buttery, with a subtle hint of melon. It's not overbearing, so for me, because I really like that, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So I'll put that back in there. Right, I'm generally curious about what this one is. So, okay, there doesn't seem to be a way of opening it. I might have to use my scissors here. Right. Sorry, Mr. Panda, I had to cut your ear off. Still not coming out. They are small, but Obviously not small enough to come out of that hole that I just made. Alright, see if I can find out what it is before. So, they are Panda Boo Ramune, a cute pack of tiny soda flavoured Ramune in a panda, cat, frog or pig faced package. Also includes a mini manga sticker. So when I am done with these, I will be opening that up. Very sweet. I have tried Ramune before, and safe to say, I actually enjoy these better than the drink. So I'm gonna drop them out into my hand if I can. And there we go. Right, let's open this up. What sticker did I get? Well, if you know what that's from, leave me a comment, because I have no idea. Can't be like Thundercats or something, can it? I mean, I've never watched Thundercats, so I wouldn't know. But they were lovely. Right, let's move on to whatever this is. So, from the looks of things, it feels like a biscuit. So, I would imagine this will be under cookies. I might be wrong. I could potentially be wrong here. Ah, so it is a savoury one. It is Osaka's specialty Mangetsu Pon Full Moon Puff, sweet and spicy soy flavoured rice cracker with traditional flavour and crispy and delicious texture. So, I'm very fussy about these kind of things, so I'm not going to take like the biggest bite. It literally just tastes like soy sauce. So, they weren't wrong there. It is crispy, it is crunchy. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it is nice. Probably a 5.5 on that one. Right. Right. I'm not going to do this one because I have done this one before. And I can tell you straight up, for flavour and all of that lot, I give this one probably a 6. It is well done. For something that you want to like get your kids stuck into and have a little bit of fun with, this one's great. So that one will just go straight in there. We shall move on to, I think we'll move on to the pure fruit jelly. Now, let's see if I can find it. I would imagine it would be under sweets. Jellies and mochi. So, if I'm looking at the right thing, it is just a fruit flavoured gummy made with real Japanese fruit juice. So, I'm guessing it might be that. Or is it something else? Let's have a look. Unless there is something on the next page which for some reason I can't seem to turn over. Yeah. I'm guessing that's what this is, because I can't find anything else that I can link it to. So let's have a look. So there you go. Just a generic looking gummy, kind of sweet. Ooh, very sweet. And when you bite into it, it's got a different texture than you would expect. Very soft. Now, I'm hoping this one's not orange flavour. The other one tasted more like strawberry. So, that is orange, but it's not a bad kind of flavour. Do you know what? They are lovely. I would have them again. 9 out of 10. If you don't like seriously sweet things, they are not for you. I don't think I'd be able to eat like more than one in a go, but yeah. So now we're gonna try the ripe mango gummy. It's a piece of gummy candy made from fully ripe mango to give it extra flavour, apparently. So let's give this a go, considering I love mango. Right. So, they weren't lying when they said it's a gummy. That's how it looks. Now the taste test. So if you've ever tried mango sorbet, it literally tastes like a mango sorbet. It is so nice. That gets a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, you can't go wrong with that. Now, next one. Actually, this might be the fruit juice gummy. So I don't know what the other ones were. Could have been the Competo, which is a sugar-based candy made by repeatedly coating a sugar syrup over a grain of coarse sugar until the grain grows over several days, eventually becoming a tiny bulge ball of Competo. It might not have been, but I don't know what it was, because it doesn't seem to be in this booklet. Anyway, this one actually is the fruit juice gummy, so let's have a look, shall we? I believe the flavour is actually grape. So, there's your gummy. Definitely tastes like grape. They're kind of like on par with the UK's wine gums. And I like wine gums, so I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. I've still got a lot to go through. So, I think the next thing we will look at is the Remune. I believe, from when I've tried it before, it is basically just sherbet in a Remune bottle. And all you do is you lift off the lid. So, yeah, basically just sherbet in a bowl. I love it. But if you don't like sherbet, that one's not for you. I think we'll try the Hello Kitty marshmallow now. I was going to save it for last, but I'm going to take half because my partner really, really loves marshmallows. So I'm going to give him the other half. Oh, it's got a bit of chocolate in there. That's nice. So the chocolate is in the middle. And it's just a small bit, just to give you a hint. But their marshmallow is absolutely wonderful. My partner loves it as well. What would you rate it?
11 out of 10.
11 out of 10. There you go. You heard it from my partner.
Yeah, boy.
So, now we're going to move on to the sweets that look like healing crystals. Let's see. Are they on here anywhere? Do you know? I actually don't think they're on here. Oh, here they are. Moon Rock Chocolate. So, they look like little pebbles, but they're actually chocolate in a candy shell. Okay. That's going to be interesting. Do you want to try one of these? No. My partner's adamant you don't want to try these ones. Alright. So, I'm going to go for this one. Literally looks like a stone. If I break my teeth. They're nice, but the chocolate tastes really cheap. If I could compare it to anything, it's like cooking chocolate. So, probably a 3 out of 10 for me on that one. Next, we will move on to something I know that I'm going to love, which are the mini mochis, or as they are actually called, mochi ame mix, which is just bite-sized mochi. So these ones are apple flavoured, which it's going to be my first time trying a bit of mochi that's actually apple flavoured. I'm hoping. You can't really smell anything from them. As soon as you bite into them, the flavour's right there. They are so nice. I think next we will try these again. I've tried these before in another Dagashi box that I bought. Now, I wasn't overly keen on them at the time. I'm trying to find... They're called Sankaku crackers. But by the looks of things, they might not actually be in the booklet. So I don't think I'll be able to tell you, like, what kind of flavour. My partner was trying to tell me what page it was on, but it wasn't the snack that he was thinking of. Yeah, by the looks of things, they're not actually in this booklet, but what I can see on the packaging, it looks like they're supposed to be just generic vegetable flavoured. I don't know. We'll just go with it. Oh, Jesus. These are hard to get into. I might have to actually cut these open. There we go. But I have a feeling my opinion on these might not have changed, so these will probably end up in the bin. Alright. They smell like all sorts of vegetables. Yeah, I'm still not keen on that. I can taste tomato, I can taste broccoli, I can taste all kinds of vegetables. It's safe to say I don't think I will ever like these ones. So 0 out of 10 for that one. That can just go straight in the bin. Right. Next, we'll go for the one that I've been kind of like eyeing up for the past 40 odd minutes. What are they called? They're called Mukchan Dango. I might have just butchered that completely, but it's mochi candy. So I explained what mochi was earlier. It'll be essentially the same kind of thing, if not sweeter. So let's try this one. Oh my god, it's leathered with sugar. It is literally mochi covered in sugar. But I really like that. 10 out of 10 for me. Next, I think we will go for this. I wonder if this is in here anywhere. Yeah, they are chocolate wafers. So, a pack of 2 crispy and light textured wafers filled with either rich chocolate cream or mild white chocolate cream. So, this one says white cream, so it'll be white chocolate. And they feel broken to me on the inside. I can't even open them. So, let's do what we did before. Open sesame. So, that's how it looks. So you've got the wafer covering the outside, and then on the inside you've got white chocolate. And they're really, really light. They're not sickly either. So it's got to be a 8 out of 10 for me. I'll have the other one for later. Right. Next we have it's got High Chew, and it is a chewy fruit candy with a double layer for extra chewiness, fruitiness, and fun. So, judging by the green packet, I would say this one's apple flavour. If I can ever get into it. There we go. So, that's how it looks. Let's give it a go. Oh yeah, definitely chewy. Strong apple flavour. Taken a while to chew it. I want to say that is actually better than Chewits. Like, if I had a whole bag full of them, I would be so happy. My partner didn't get to try that one, but I think if I ever get this box again and we have a High Chew that's apple flavour or even strawberry flavour, I'll probably get him to try it because he would probably enjoy that one. Next we will go for, you know what, we're going for the Ume Bows. Or Ume Bows. I literally don't know how you pronounce them, so please don't come for me in the comments. Right, so we'll try this one first. Don't know what flavour any of these are. This one to me looks like it might be the Sugar Rusk. But I may be sadly disappointed. It could be something completely different. It smells like barbecue. I'm not sure what that one is. It's not fishy. It's definitely got a barbecue kind of flavour to it. So it could be yakitori. It could be tonkatsu sauce. I don't know. Either way, I like it. So this one, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And then we've got this one. Hopefully this one's not one that tastes like fish. Ooh, that smells nice. One of these days I'm going to say something that smells nice. I'm going to take a bite out of it and I'm going to go, ilk. Well, I'm not getting fish but I don't know what it is. I'm not sure, but I like that one. I mean, what other flavours did they have? Shrimp mayonnaise. Yeah, to me that don't taste fishy. I'm not sure what flavour that is, but I'm gonna give it a 7. Right, let's have a look, see if we can find out what this one is. This one is a cream cracker. So it's a pack of 2 crispy cracker sandwiches filled with one of 3 sweet cream flavours: milk, strawberry, or chocolate. This one says milk on it, so there they are. Small and cute. So instead of it being a savoury cracker, it's a sweet cracker. It kind of reminds me of like getting a Jacob's cracker, but instead of it being savoury, it's kind of like sweet. And then you put something like, I don't know, Nutella on it. That's nice. 9 out of 10. Let's go to another thing I'm generally curious about. Imagine this one would be under candy. Okay. Again, I don't think this one has made it to the booklet, because Lost Detective Candy. Can't find the suspect. Each fruity candy starts purple and changes colour in your mouth to reveal a guilty or innocent. I'm guessing they meant to say innocent person. Everyone takes a candy to guess who they think has the sour lemon, yellow. If you guess correct, you make an arrest. So, in other words, it's kind of a bit like when you get Bertie Bott's every flavour bean, but instead of getting horrible, disgusting flavours, only one of you is going to be the one to get the lemon. Well, this is me on my own. So, let's take a random guess, shall we? Okay. Wish me good luck, because the only flavours that they've got are... Oh god, I can't even turn a page now. Hold on. The only flavours that they've got are grape, lemon, or apple. So if I get lemon, it might be really sour. Otherwise, it might be quite pleasant. But there you go. So far I'm tasting generic sweetness. Oh, a flavour's starting to come through. And to me, that tastes like apple. Is it yellow? Green? What colour?
Pinky red colour.
So if it's a pinky reddy colour, I would imagine it's supposed to be grape. I'm not sure, but it's not yellow, so that wasn't the lemon one. So the lemon one is still in there somewhere. Oh, very crunchy. Yeah, that one was great. So, very nice tasting. For those of you who want to play a game with like your mates and see who gets the sour one, I think that's a nice way to do it. In terms of flavour and how sweet it is, it's very sweet. And the flavour, it is there. It's not overbearing though. I'd probably give that a 6. So that could stay in there. Next, we have, I know this one's on this page somewhere. We have Chameleon Ramune. A pack of hard type Ramune with a twist. Each Ramune starts as a grape flavour and changes as you suck it, revealing your fortune. So depending on what flavour you get, that's your fortune. We have peach, melon, orange, soda, and cola. So, shall we see what my fortune is? Right. That can go there. Alright, again, wish me luck. They do not look real. Oh god. I'm actually nervous. So change him slowly. Can't tell if that tastes like melon. Yeah. That tasted like orange. So apparently my fortune is tiny happiness. And my partner's going to try one now because he's curious. Just starts off sweet, and then you know when you actually bite into it when it's gotten softer, you'll get the taste. Mine was orange. It wasn't a horrible orange though either. You know, because I can't stand orange. So we'll see what my partner thinks, and then I'll tell you your fortune when you pick out what flavour.
I'm stupid.
You might. You're not stupid, so shush. No, you're not.
Surprised there are a lot of cola flavours. No.
Hmm?
Boys is horrible.
So
I have no idea.
it might have been melon then.
Definitely not melon, so I like melon.
Peach,
No,
cola.
definitely not.
It was probably just the soda one then. So your fortune is not bad.
It tastes like cola.
No, they've got one that's just soda. Like that it's not a specific kind of soda, it's just soda. So
Horrible.
I'm guessing you got that one, which means your fortune is not bad. But according to my partner, they're horrible.
Alcohol.
Right, what are these? So they're selling mushrooms in a packet now. I'm sure they probably have a name somewhere, if they're even in my booklet. Let's have a look. Mushroom bamboo chocolate. Crispy and melt in your mouth cookies with rich milk chocolate in 2 varieties, mushroom or bamboo shoots. So the flavour is either chocolate or biscuit. Let's have a look. Ooh! So, it's a biscuit with a chocolate top in the shape of a mushroom. Let's try it. Oh my god. These were not made for sharing. They're absolutely beautiful. So the biscuit is almost like when you buy the chocolate dips with breadsticks. It's almost like that. And the chocolate is like very much close to tasting like Cadbury's. Not completely, but close. I'm going to give them a 9 out of 10 because they're very nice. This reminds me of some sort of husk. Let's see if I can find out what this is. It is a Kyushu Kuribo. It's a baked confectionery from the Kyushu region. It's made by kneading brown sugar, eggs, flour, and baking soda, and then coating the surface with molasses made of brown sugar and ginger. So, it should taste like brown sugar. Right, let's give this a go, shall we? Oh, I think I've had this before. I like this. Very sweet, but not like over the top sweet. Kind of buttery. Harder on the outside, but kind of softish when it's in your mouth. That for me is 9 out of 10. I think next we will go for this fizzy sweet here. So this will fall under the candies and Ramune. So Becco Ramune. Pack of melt in your mouth Ramune candies in one of 5 different fruity flavours. strawberry, lemon, grape, orange, and melon. By the looks of this one will probably be grape. So, would you like to try some? Yes. So my partner wants to try some of this as well, so I won't be eating all of this.
And I'll probably die.
Hmm?
And I'll probably die.
You'll probably die. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take that half. There you go.
Thank you. I don't.
Sweet. And tastes like grape. I think they're trying to make it taste fizzy with the sugar, but it don't taste that fizzy. So it's kind of a disappointment there.
Ugh, I hate grape.
You hate grape. I told you it was grape. So safe to say that's probably a -0 for my partner, or a -10.00060007.
Yeah, throw it down the mountain.
So safe to say he doesn't like that one, but for me that's probably a 4 because it could do better. The texture's nice. It is kind of like a gummy sweet, but it's like a soft gummy sweet. But in terms of like flavour, if they wanted to make it seem fizzy, they needed to use more fizzy sugar. Otherwise it's nice. So, next one we'll move on to is these. I've tried these before and they taste like pure sugar. These are the ones that I was on about, the Competo. So these are the ones that are the sugar-based candy where it's made by just coating sugar with a syrup over and over and over again. So, I know what these are going to taste like, and I can tell you now, if you have kids, don't give them these. They will have a pure sugar rush. So, alright, I'll take one pink and one purple, if I can grab a pink. As to be expected, pure sugar rush. Just tastes like sugar. There is no real flavour in there, aside from, you know, just tasting like sugar. So, for me, because there is no real flavour other than the sugar itself, probably a 3.4. 3.4, I meant 3.5. Next, I've got another sweet. Let's see what these are. Okay, they don't appear to be. Are they on this side? Ah, a Becco Remune. So, okay. I said another one was a Becco Remune. I don't know what I said that one was. But this one's actually the Becco Remune. So let's cut that open. Do you want to try one of these? They're lemon flavour. You can be my guinea pig.
Thanks, I'll die first one.
Oh, whoa. They really do melt in your mouth. They weren't kidding. They taste like lemonade.
Yeah, shit at me.
So my partner doesn't like them, but I like how quickly they melt in your mouth. I would say before you melt it in your mouth, it's like chalk. But it dissolves so quickly. They're sweet. The flavour's there. What would you give them?
Minus 0.1 out of 10.
Minus 0.1 out of 10. I've got to give them a 4 because I've never had a sweet like that where it just dissolves in your mouth so effortlessly. So yeah. I have also noticed after a couple it does seem to dry your tongue out. So I've got kind of a dry tongue right now. Let's move on to what looks like more chocolate. So this one might be under chocolate. Yeah, I think it's chocolate. It says it's a bite-sized cake with a vanilla cream centre sandwiched with a softly baked vanilla or chocolate sponge and covered in rich chocolate. So, safe to say I will probably enjoy this one, seeing as it is basically just bite-sized cake. So it's already melting. No, I'm not kidding. They were not kidding. That is literally bite-sized cake. The chocolate on the outside tastes like it's close to getting to being dark chocolate. So it's not as sweet as milk chocolate is. It's kind of getting into the bitterness that you have from dark chocolate. The cake's nice and soft, kind of buttery, and the filling on the inside is nice and creamy. I want to give that an 8 because it's not something I would eat every day, but it is nice. It's like a little treat. Next we'll go for the Kit Kat. Now, I said at the beginning of the video I love Kit Kats. I do believe this is a dark chocolate matcha Kit Kat. So, there it is. Looks green because of the matcha. So you can't taste chocolate that much. You can taste the matcha. Matcha's got a slight bitterness to it. But it's very creamy. And obviously the wafer is, as you would expect from any Kit Kat. Probably 6.6, 6.5 even. Because my favourite Kit Kat that I've had from Japan is the Sakura Blossom one. Right, now we're getting to the end, almost. So this one is Bisco. Mini cream sandwich biscuits that support the whole family with a happy combination of dietary fibre, probiotics that wake up your stomach. So I'm guessing maybe they eat these in the morning. I'm not entirely sure, but there it is. It don't taste far off from a custard cream. It's a bit sweeter than a custard cream, but it's not far off. Next we have the Fugia home pie. So it's a buttery pastry snack. So I'm expecting it to be kind of flaky. So here it is. Kind of looks like a rusk. It's like a pie that's been made into a biscuit, but without the filling. Because it is so close to tasting like a pie, it gains points just for tasting almost like a pie. The texture is very, very crunchy, but then after a few bites, it's like melt in your mouth. 7.5. And next, we have the Choco Chip Cookie Vanilla, which on here is the Country Mom Cookie. Slow baked cookies with a crispy outside, moist centre, full of chocolate chips in either vanilla or chocolate flavour. So, I would guess this one will probably be vanilla. So, as it said, here's your cookie. Looks nice. So it's chocolate on the inside, not vanilla. Now if you like soft cookies, this is beautiful. The chocolate flavour is really, really nice. I've got to give this probably 8 out of 10. So, overall, I've got to say, Japan has some interesting snacks. Not all of them are nice. But not all of them are bad. I had a huge many snacks in here that were lovely. And I look forward to doing another box similar to this at some point for everyone to watch. If you've enjoyed this content, please be sure to let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. And I would look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye!